All right, so thanks, Michael, for the introduction. For those who don't know GOG is a PC digital distribution platform specializing in PC classics, hence the name. Our key feature is to sell games without any DRM, so I humbly believe it gives me some insight into DRM-free sales and how to make them successful for the industry. So today, I would like to share 3 reasons why DRM-free is the future, in my humble opinion. First of all, just a simple observation. Your customers hate DRM, so why don't you? I think the reality is that DRM is making many people feel safe at the office when they handle some P&Ls and spreadsheets, trying to protect the product and protect their sales. But the reality is really different. The reality is that DRM does not protect your content. Any game right now is pirated within a few hours following the release, or more often, any game is pirated even before it's released. Like the latest famous example was Battlefield 3, for example. The game was available 1 week before release. So DRM is not protecting your product. And as a matter of fact, I think DRM is not protecting your sales. Actually, I even think it's going to harm your sales on the long run. And I'm not the only one to think this way. According to a recent survey, half of consumers stated that DRM strongly discourages them from purchasing a game, any game. So to make it simple, half of the consumers are heavily impacted by DRM. So we are currently, by putting a DRM on a product, you are working against your consumers. You are working against the people that you should cherish the most and that you should reward for buying games nowadays. And that's a big problem to me. And to cut a long story short, DRM does not protect your product. DRM does not protect your sales, sorry. And most important, it's only impacting your loyal consumers, which is totally counterproductive. However, second argument, there is one industry that got everything right, and this industry is piracy. Because piracy, they quickly understood that digital should be simple. We live in a fast-paced society. And digital consumers are expecting to be delivered a fast and easy experience. And that's what piracy got right. And we should treat piracy as competition, not as an enemy. Because if you treat piracy as an enemy, you are kind of blinded and you don't pay attention to what they are doing right. Let's look at the overall user experience when you somehow get a game from a pirate website. It's fairly easy. I would say it's user-friendly somehow. Because you only have to find the game, download the game, and play the game. And let's make a quick comparison with traditional digital distribution models. As you can see, it's quite more complex, I would say. DRM is bringing a certain level of complexity into the offer. And again, is it something you call rewarding for the users? I don't see it as rewarding. At GOG, we made simplicity our obsession from the beginning. We knew that the only way to fight against piracy was to be as close as piracy as possible in terms of simplicity and ease of use for the consumers. So I would say make things simple for your consumers and they should be happy, and you can turn your consumers into loyal fans. And you should stop thinking about shielding your short-term sales. Turn consumers into loyal fans on the long run to protect your brand, not your sales. Third reason, it's a fact, DRM-free works, and I know it. But again, if the offer is right, because providing a DRM-free game to your consumers, it's not enough nowadays. The offer is very complex for consumers, and you have to create something special for them. You have to create an emotional bond with your consumers. So on GOG, for example, we decided to bundle every game with free goodies. It doesn't take too much of your resources and your time. You can bundle any game you distribute with wallpapers, soundtracks, manuals, just name it. It doesn't take too much time, and it makes consumers happy, so let's do it. Second of all, fair price policy. All of us here claim to run truly global businesses, but many of you guys are fans of regional pricing, so it's kind of paradoxical to me. On GOG, for example, we decided that any consumer, regardless his location, should have access to any product at the same price. This is being truly global and being fair to the consumers. Last but not least, I would say customer love. So I know it sounds nice and romantic. That's my French touch, maybe. But What I mean here is that, again, the offer is very complicated for the consumers, and the world is getting mainstream. If you don't create an emotional attachment with the consumers, they are free to buy a game one day and the next day to go to the competition. So make sure to be fair with your consumers. When you do something right, pitch it, claim it very loud. I mean, make sure to make it visible. When you do something bad, be open-hearted. I mean, talk to your consumers in a way that, yes, we did something wrong, but this is the way we will fix it. So if you try to be human with your consumers, you will put them in your pocket. So talking about success, so these are the sales, the growth of sales of GOG since 2010. We launched in 2008, so 2010 is still like, it's not so far ago. I mean, it's quite recent, right? We had fairly nice sales in 2010, that's in yellow. In 2011, it's quite higher. Actually, in 6 months this year, we have achieved the same sales as we did last year. So last year, we are heading towards 100% growth in terms of sales. So seems like our values work. But before you tell me that our values are only applicable to niche products, in that case, old content, to a niche audience on a niche platform, actually, we did a small something on GOG. We decided to release a new game on GOG to see if our values, our model is universal. So these are the sales for The Witcher 2, quite famous PC title. Steam sold close to 200,000 units, nothing surprising. A bit more surprising, I would say even shocking, are the sales numbers for other digital distribution platforms like Gamersgate, Direct to Drive, or Impulse Driven. All of them put together, it's roughly 10,000 units. And on GOG, we are close to 40,000 units. So was the game pirated? Obviously it was, because people who want to pirate eventually pirate no matter what. But was selling the game without any DRM turn successful? I think it did, and we managed to generate substantial incremental sales for the developer. That's my take on it, and just to sum up, your customers hate DRM, so stop working against them. They pay your wages at the end of the month. Everybody here is paid by gamers, so we should cherish the gamers and make them happy. Second, digital should be simple. Fast-paced society means simplicity. Don't make things complicated for consumers. It's like committing commercial suicide somehow. And DRM-Free works, again, if the offer is right, but if you have the right values and if you stick to them full-heartedly, you can make it a business success, because we don't run a charity, we run a business, and GOG turned successful. I only had 5 minutes, I hope I made it. If you have any questions, shoot.